All right, guys, Darren from FBA Elite, and welcome back to another video. So this week, I actually have some good news to share with you. Well, providing you are a UK seller within the UK. But yeah, there's some really good news coming, which I think helps level the playing field an awful lot for us FBA sellers that are competing with Chinese sellers and other sellers from across Europe. So as a result of Brexit and what's going on at the moment, there has been some VAT changes which are going to come in effect from the 1st of January 2021. So as soon as we hit the new year, these VAT changes are coming into effect. So this is the official opening statement about this article, and I'd recommend anyone that is currently selling on Amazon to read through this. It's quite a long article, so if you're struggling to sleep, take a read through this one night, because I'm sure it will help. But some really good information in there, and it does lay the foundations for understanding a bit better about why they are making these changes. So at the end of the transition period, which will come into at the end of this month, the government will introduce a new model for the VAT treatment of goods arriving into Great Britain from outside of the UK. This will ensure that goods from the EU and non-EU countries are treated in the same way and that businesses are not disadvantaged by competition from VAT-free imports. It will also improve the effectiveness of VAT collection on imported goods and address the problem of overseas sellers failing to pay the right amount of VAT on sales of goods that are already in the UK at the point of sale. And that last sentence there, or should I say last half a sentence there, is the most important bit, which is the problem of overseas sellers failing to pay the right amount of VAT on sales of goods that are already in the UK at the point of sale. So this announcement actually contains two really big things I'm going to cover in this video, but this is the first one I want to cover. So at the moment, if you are a Chinese seller, under the current VAT regulations, you should become VAT registered in the UK from day one. And if you look at many of the Chinese sellers on Amazon and you look at their profile, you will see they do have a GB VAT number. Now, as to how legit many of them VAT numbers are is another question. But the problem is at the moment, it is on the onus of the seller. So it's on us to actually declare that VAT and pay the correct amount. Now, I can't give you exact percentages as this is not known, but it is assumed that there are a large percentage of Chinese sellers and sellers from other countries that aren't actually paying this VAT. So we're at a 20% disadvantage against those guys as being UK sellers, we're having to declare and pay the VAT on our sales. So for example, if you're selling something at £30 and you're VAT registered, then you're paying £5 of VAT on that. You're selling at £25 plus VAT, so you're paying £30, the customer's paying £30 and you're declaring £5 VAT to the HMRC, and that's what you pay them. Whereas some of these Chinese sellers are saying the same thing, but not actually paying that money. So hopefully the change that is coming about because of what I'm going to show you in a moment will help level the playing field a bit more. So like I say, you can scroll down and read through this full article. There's two bits that I want you to focus on. One is to do with OMPs, which is online marketplaces. So they're effectively middlemen sellers like Amazon that are acting as a marketplace for these sellers to make sales. And then there is a bit further down here where it talks about postponed VAT accounting. I'm going to come back to that in a moment as well. So based on these changes, Amazon have announced this yesterday. So on the 3rd of December, this is Amazon's response to these changes. So starting January 1st, 2021, the way that UK VAT is collected on sales to customers in the UK will change under new legislation being introduced by the UK government. So Amazon will be responsible for collecting UK VAT on the following sales of goods. So the first one you just need to ignore for now. It's the second one that is most important. So goods delivered from inventory stored in the UK, irrespective of value, where you, the seller, are not established in the UK. So what they're saying now is anyone that is outside of the UK using Amazon or any other online marketplace within the UK to sell goods, that online marketplace will be responsible for collecting the VAT instead. So at the moment, Amazon collect the VAT, but then they disperse it to us and we have to declare it. Instead, Amazon are now going to collect the VAT for all of those sales and actually send it to HMRC themselves. So these Chinese sellers cannot undercut us by keeping 20% of VAT that we're paying and they are not. So that is one big change which can have a huge impact on leveling the playing field between us and the Chinese sellers. And as you can see, this article has got 19 thumbs up, which is quite rare. Most news articles on Amazon will get thumbs down. I guess these two are from our Chinese friends. But there's also, like I say, there was another announcement in this change, which was regards to postponed. So let me just do a quick search for this, postponed VAT accounting. So let me scroll down a bit further. Let's just highlight this paragraph so you can see what I am talking about. So for imports of goods by UK VAT registered businesses, which are not covered by the provisions in guidance in this note, so it's just some of the stuff at the top, ignore that for now. Businesses will be able to use postponed VAT accounting to account for the import VAT on their VAT return for goods imported from anywhere in the world. This means the business will be able to declare and recover import VAT on the same VAT return rather than have to pay upfront and recover it later, subject to normal VAT recovery rules. So this is a big change for us VAT registered UK sellers. At the moment, we pay VAT on our imports when the goods arrive at UK ports. For example, I've had a recent import. It arrived at UK ports. My freight forwarder contacted me. I paid £2,000 to £3,000 of VAT, which I can't actually claim back until the end quarter of my next VAT return. So you have to pay that VAT up front, and that can really hit cash flow, especially if you are a new seller. So it's really good that we're going to have to postpone VAT accounting now, and instead you'll just declare it each of that quarter, so you don't have to pay it in advance. So I hope you guys have found those two announcements useful. Also, a shout out to Mamoon, who's one of the members on FBA Elite, who brought this kind of group of changes to my attention a couple of weeks back. I think there's an article on here about VAT somewhere. Here it is, paying VAT when importing from China. And there's some useful information there, but I think Mamoon linked to the page I just showed you, and then Amazon made their announcement off the back of that yesterday. Also, if you are already VAT registered and you are selling, and you, like myself, you're using something like Link My Books to actually connect your Amazon account to your accountancy package, keep in mind that from the 1st of January, you might have to change your VAT mappings, because Amazon are no longer going to be dispersing the VAT to us as part of the disbursement. Instead, Amazon are going to keep the VAT and pay it on our behalf. So keep that in mind if you're using Link My Books or similar. You may have to change your settings from the January 1st. Also, if any of you guys want any exclusive discounts, of course, check out these discount sections. They're available to all you guys. The forums are completely free and anyone can register. So hopefully you guys have found this video useful. If you did, I'd really appreciate if you could take one moment, hit that like button, especially as we're going to be playing on a level playing field now. And if you want to see more videos from me, subscribe to the channel. And if you're not already registered, head over to fbaelite.com, sign up. It's completely free, and I'll see you guys on the forums.